With the recent visit of the Tartan Army, do you think kilt wearing will become more popular, or do you think you will just see more traffic cones on statues?
Um, I'm gonna go. Don't mean this to be negative, but I'm gonna say no. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think the Tartan Army is going to have an effect on kilt wearing in the U.S. I think the Tartan Army had a wonderful effect on the hearts and minds of Americans, especially Boston and Miami. And they were spectacular ambassadors, frankly, as were all of because it's still going on, all of the different fan groups from all across the world. You know, the Japanese fans cleaning up the stadium, to the German guys, to the Scottish. Like, it's been a crazy love fest, which has been heartwarming to see. And the Tartan Army stands out head and shoulders above the rest. And that's hard to do because the rest has set a high bar. But I would say the Tartan Army stands out head and shoulders from they will drink anyone up to the table, apparently. And it's just a good, fun bunch of people. And they've done I tip my hat to the Tartan Army for improving the brand of Scotland, if I can put it that way. And people already liked Scotland. It wasn't like Scotland was like, they're okay. We don't really like them. Like, people already like Scotland. But meeting fun party people, there weren't like, no arrests, no big scuttlebutt, no big, crazy things. Even
hooliganism.
Even the worst thing that they did was like putting a traffic cone, which is removable, which doesn't actually harm the statue or anything.
Simple prank.
It's a simple prank, and it's just showing affection because they do it at home as well. The whole thing, spectacular, 10 stars, no notes. That said, I don't think it's going to affect the Americans wearing kilts. I think it will probably affect tourism in Scotland. I think a lot more Americans are like, I want to go see where these people live. Two, I think in a weird way, it is going to screw up Americans' understanding of Scotland. I think more Americans are going to go over there and expect everybody to be in kilts. I think they're going to expect, bagpipes on every corner.
You think so?
And every bar,
I don't know.
drank dry. I think there's going to be a lot of Americans who aren't not really super into the culture, but they just kind of go across, and it's kind of in the back of their brain, like, oh, all these Scottish people came across and they were all wearing kilts.
Maybe.
I get it. They must all wear kilts. I think it's going to be a bit of a shock of they don't actually wear kilts? Huh.
I hope you're wrong. I hope people are a bit more savvy than that. But
I have less faith in people than you and that.
Okay. But on the other hand, everybody should be wearing kilts. So there's that.
An even better point.
But yeah, no, I think it's more about it was a gestalt. It was more of a general vibe. Common people connecting with other common people. There's no celebrity, just no pretensions, just we are humans and we're all here because we love this thing. And people just want to have a good time. They want to connect with each other. And it's like, love fest is a weird term to me, but no, I think it's more about that. It's more of a broad feeling. It's not a symbol-based thing. It's not a heritage-based thing for the majority of Americans who experienced it. And in Boston, proportionally, much more people with a heritage connection. But even so, I don't think that is what would drive somebody to buy a kilt if they never had before.
Yeah.
It might be fuel to the fire of somebody who was already considering getting one.
Yes.
Because they're starting to explore their heritage or something. But I don't think it would flip a switch for most Americans.
Guys, before we go further into the question, we talk a lot about community. If you want to join our community, we would be humbled and honored to have you. We have a subreddit for the Kilts and Culture group. We have a Facebook group over on Facebook. Oddly enough, called Kilts and Culture. So come join us. Good conversation, good fun, good friends.
Yeah.
Sludge. Yeah. No, from a sales standpoint, when there was all the media and stuff about the Tartan Army, I didn't see a huge influx in sales or in kilt orders and stuff like that. But that doesn't matter. What actually matters, again, like you were saying, common people and common people. It's people of all these different cultures of all these different nations coming together to have a party. And it's not even like they're fighting, like, you know, the Guatemalans aren't fighting this, or the Scots weren't fighting the Brazilians after the match where they got the crap kicked out of them. They were just, you know, partying afterwards as well.
Right.
Like the fans, it shows how fans should act. It's a game.
Yes.
It's fun. You can be passionate about it, but it's about all the other stuff that surround it as well. It's not just the moment in time of the game. It's about all the moments in the trip. And yeah, it's, I love how it was 100% a moment in time. It was kind of like, here's the best analogy I can give. This is going to be Woodstock. This is a moment in time where you saw it coming, but you didn't see it coming. You didn't know the level of emotion for the people, especially if you're in Boston or in Miami. More in Boston, though. The level of emotion, the level of, you know, camaraderie, the level of, you know, respite from everyday politics, everyday BS, that you don't know how bad you needed this moment until you had the moment. And you're like, whew. For a week and a half, I was able to breathe. I was able to take myself out of all the problems that we have and just have a party with these crazy dudes in kilts from Scotland. So it doesn't matter the effect that it had on sales, the effect that it had on kilts. It was good for not just our country, but it was good for the world to see it.
Yeah. I would love it for Americans to go over to a World Cup someday in the future in another country and be as good ambassadors over there, wherever it is, as the folks who came here were. It's like there's at one time the acknowledgement that we're here to party, and then there's also the acknowledgement of we're here to represent our homeland and our home culture, and we're gonna do that in a good, positive way. So, yeah, totally. I think it's better than the Olympics. Because it's not as high strung. Yeah. You know, not as I'm not gonna say pretentious, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's more of a
there's not a
commercial
pomp and
sheen.
Circumstance.
Yeah.
There's less of that around it.
Yeah.
It's because it's around one sport. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will give one small footnote to this whole thing.
Okay. The football note.
I was I spent a little bit of time with my buddy Sean, who's, you know, from Scotland, Sean the vlogger, and we were in an Uber down in Philly. And he gave me a factoid. He said, there is a no bag policy in stadiums.
Okay.
In the World Cup. Not allowed to bring in bags. FIFA decided last minute to allow an exception for Sporrans. And I think that
awesome.
could have been ruining a whole big experience that the Scottish fans would have had. So I will tip my hat to FIFA for recognizing like, we're about to be the bad. Are we the baddies? Yeah, we're about to be the bad guys.
A lot of people say FIFA is the baddies. A lot of people really have issues with FIFA for
fair point.
Of a lot of reasons. But still,
I think they averted a disaster PR-wise by allowing the Scots to wear sporrans into the stadium. And again, zero issues. It all went off as best as it could. So, cheers. Again, wonderful, wonderful experience. 10 out of 10, no notes.